channel watching the world. We just finished day 24 of the Sean Diddy Combs trial. I'm going to give a few minutes to allow a few people to come in, and then we'll talk about what was discussed in court today. All right, we have Donna in the building. Shout out to you, Donna. It's nice to have you. Nice to have you, Donna. Okay, Donna, you are a moderator. All right, welcome to the club. You are always on time, and I appreciate you. Sharon, shout out to you as well. I'm gonna let a few more people come in. Say hi when you come in. Tell us where you're from, guys. But we're gonna talk about what happened in court today really quick before I get back on the road. As you know, I have quite the commute, and today I drove. Usually I catch the train. Shout out to Donna. That wrench looks good on you, Donna. So represent well. Thank you for all the support. So we'll let a few more people come in, and then I'll get started breaking down what happened in court today. Let me see if I can show you a little bit about what's happening right now. Okay. So already people are in line for court tomorrow, guys. There's already about 8 or 9 people in line for court tomorrow. And then if we look this way, you can see across the street, those are the big channels when it comes to the press. So you'll find Law and Crime, you'll see TMZ, CNN, all the big networks. So let's get set up here. I have the courthouse in my background. All right, that girl Henny. Let me tell you about that girl Henny. She's in the audience. She's at the top of her game. And for all of her followers or her channel mates or what have you, whatever you want to call it, she is very intelligent. Her and I had a very deep discussion the other day for lunch, and I just right on point. And much better than most of the people that I talk to since I've been here. Looking at things, both of us are in the courtroom, and we both get a chance to talk about the facts, and she's right on point. So shout out to that girl, Henny. Guys, go support her channel. Go like her. Go hype her up. That's the new trend, hype her up, right? So do that. That girl, Henny, says, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are as well. We see what we see. That's right. We see what we see. And they can't take it away. So listen, guys, I want to do a different format now. Now that I have the attention of more people, I'm just going to stick simply to the facts. I'll try not to give my opinion at all. But with that, I will tell you what really happened. I'd like to bring that girl Henny on at some point because you guys need to hear from her, especially from the perspective of a female. So, and I just realized something here. Guys, hold on for 1 second. I'm going to let more people come in, but hold on 1 second. My microphone is not even on. Here we go. Just give me 1 second, guys. It'll be worth the wait because today was phenomenal. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second as people come in, and we're going to have sound. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I know how to bring the screen back. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're about to get into it. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, we're back. Good job. Good job, dropping out. Thank you for letting me know. All right, can you hear the microphone okay? Somebody tell me if you can hear me good through the microphone. Somebody, anybody. It's a little bit choppy. Okay, good. All right, Donna, thank you very much. All right, so let's get to it. Today in court, this is day 24. Basically, they broke down in regards to they had the agents come in and talk about Sean Diddy Combs and also the network of people. Because remember, they're trying to establish that he had an enterprise. He had this whole body of people that were working for him, and he was instructing them to do all of these things. So today in court, they brought in agents from the government, actually from the Southern District, from where I stand right now, the Southern District of New York, and they actually broke down the the hotel records, the airline records, and actually the second agent that came on, they were taking you through the various sex workers. You had a guy named Daniel. They had a guy named Dave, and they would give you his real name. They have the guy named Punisher, who came into the courtroom, and he testified. And in fact, you could see him on CNN. On CNN, the Punisher is actually breaking down the same thing, essentially, that he said in court, of how these freak-offs would occur and how much he would get paid for entertaining. And it wasn't, he started off charging, today they showed, he was supposed to charge 200. He says, my fee is $200. But after he went to this freak off with Cassie and Diddy, then they explained to him, listen, you can get some more money if you do some strange things. And so he explained on the stand, he said, sometimes I would get 800, sometimes I would get 1200, and then another time I would get 2000. Now, I will tell you, Cassie was the one basically from the beginning that was actually paying. In fact, the guy named David Phillips, he was the first sex worker that came on, and he explained that when he came to the door, he saw Cassie, and man, she was smoking. She was beautiful, and he almost gave the idea like he would have did it for free because she was so beautiful, right? But at any rate, the picture was painted that Cassie was doing the paying. But this guy, the Punisher, who his information came out today, he's the one that said that Diddy paid him one time. And let me tell you how Diddy paid him. They were having this freak off, and in the freak off, you have various sessions. So the first session is just baby oil and just rubbing each other down and even rubbing Diddy, right? This is what they're alleging. The second phase is about touching, right? So then Diddy, they have him as the orchestrator and saying, touch her there, now you touch him there, and touch me, or whatever that whole sessions. These sessions could go on for hours. Like, I didn't know that there was that much baby oil in the world, really, people, you know? But anyway, so then it would go into the actual do the do, right? The Punisher explained that one time, and he said this on the stand, but I also heard him say it on CNN. He reiterated it. He said that the moment was so good to Diddy, that Diddy said, oh man, something like, oh, this shit is amazing, and took the money, boom, and slammed it on the bed. And that's the one time that he testifies that Diddy paid him directly because Diddy threw the money on the bed. Folks, that's a problem. Exchanging money in this country. Now, we already saw what happened with the juror, number 6, getting the boot. I don't have to explain to you guys what it's like to play games with the government, okay? I don't want to get into that. But sometimes things are not always equal in life. So, you cannot be paying people for intercourse and feel like you can get away with it if the government tell you you can't. The other issue is this, right? Now, the defense might be able to argue that in a different way and show that this is not what happened. We reserve the right to hear that, right? But here's the thing. Also today, they're showing where these workers are being flown from one state. In fact, today I'll be more specific. They show Cassie and the worker flying simultaneously from LaGuardia. Well, at least the worker is flying from LaGuardia to LA, And then Cassie is flying from an airport to another. They're flying to meet Diddy in LA. They show you the hotel records, and they also show that these things are being paid for by cash. And then in certain instances, Diddy is paying with his American Express card. So today, in my opinion, was probably one of the most significant days in court because usually we hear from individuals who, even the jury members, might feel like they have ulterior motives, like they're doing it for the lawsuit, they're doing it for the money. But today we get to see the facts. And these numbers don't necessarily lie unless you're trying to say the government manufactured them, which to me, that would be absurd because they're showing actual text messages. They even show the whole network of individuals. Because a lot of people say, well, how is it you have a one man RICO? How come you don't? It's not like the mob where you see John Gotti and he's fighting with another family. It's much easier to argue that this is a RICO because they are actually making money and they have empires, and oftentimes they would have it associated with their family. So you'd have the Gambino family. It's easier to understand a RICO when it comes to that. But when you have just a one man band on trial for racketeering based on the RICO charges, right? Like, how do you deal with that? Well, they're showing that now, at least from the government standpoint, that his main chief of staff, that let's say he would be using for Bad Boy or his companies, right? She's actually orchestrating the freak offs and you go here, you buy the baby oil, and then the security guards are strong arming people, but they're showing a collusion here of multiple people in Diddy's network that are allegedly committing these crimes. Now, we get a chance to hear from the defense. Maybe they can take all of these different facts that we heard today. Maybe tomorrow they'll be able to frame it in a way that makes Diddy appear to be not guilty. But let me tell you something. It's going to take a miracle. You know, the government is not like your local police department. Your local police department, they'll arrest you because you slapped somebody, you shot somebody, whatever you did, and then they start to build your case. We're seeing that Diddy was arrested after they built his case, and who knows who was cooperating with the government while they were putting the case together. So this is a bad day if you're on the side of the defense. That's all I'm saying to you guys. But I'm trying to give you an idea of what happened in court today. We saw all the background information of how these things were put together. And listen, let me tell you something. Even for you and me, you think you can send these text messages and delete them in your phone? No way, Jose. They have this Celebrite software or whatever they're using, this service, and they'll pull up your text messages from 3 marriages ago, right? Or they'll pull up your ex-wife, your current wife. They'll pull up all your information. So don't think you can get away with anything when it comes to the federal government. The name of the game is to try to keep yourself out of trouble, because what we're seeing in court will make you a believer in God, because when they come and lock you know what up. It's not going to be pretty. So let me get to a few comments. I have to get back on the road. That girl Henny says exactly. So Henny is rocking with me here. She was in court, and if I was saying something that was not accurate, I don't think she would co-sign me. She's a stickler to keeping things 100. So David, I've been trying to reach you about this whole Juneteenth. I text you again on Facebook. It's like, what do we need to do? We're trying to, certain people are trying to reach you, David, if you're really going to be doing this thing on that day. I don't want to talk about it too much until I talk to you. So do you want to answer my Facebook direct message, or what we want to do here? But anyway, David, I'm reaching out to you one more time. Hold on one second. I want to see if this guy's here from the defense side. Hold on. Anyway, I was looking for Charlucci. He wanted to talk to you anyway. But anyway, I need you to talk to me if you want to talk. You say it's happening. There's going to be thousands of people. Answer my message. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. Jill says the government might as well start charging all the women on Instagram for selling it. Oh, Lord, not the OnlyFans and the Instagram. Whew, man, that's the point. But the ladies are going to debate you on that one. S2K World Gaming, love you all. Chat. No Diddy. Now listen, that whole no Diddy movement, I have to tell you guys, it's not what I thought. I thought that I would come to this trial and I would hear about Diddy and other men because everybody had that movement, no Diddy. There's nothing like that in court. Nothing of the sort. Now, there is an issue about the sperm count bank or something and all that playing or whatever. That's not a straight situation, but, you know, that's still hearsay to a certain extent because Cassie said it, Jane said it, but she could have heard it first from Cassie. Who knows? So, but when it comes to the things that we heard on all these platforms online about Meek Mill and all that, none of that's in court. So that whole no Diddy thing, that part of it, we have not seen in court. All right. I just want to keep it accurate because Meek Mill took a big hit. And I think he was up probably already struggling with his career. I don't know. I saw him in concert after it. He was here at the Madison Square. He did a great job. So I don't know about his life, but I do know that that video probably was made up and people don't even care. They'll just put out anything on you and say, screw you. You know, anyway, it is what it is. Okay, the girl Henny says they exposed the enterprise. Wow. I'm sad I missed it. Okay, Henny, yeah, they broke it down. Was the American Express card from his business. I think they essentially show both. If you look at the overall case, and I don't know why I'm getting a call right now. Hold on, guys, I'm getting a call. Jeez. All right, so let's see. Listen to Ruth. Hey, guys, please like the video. I'm out here at the courthouse, as you can see in the background. I'm bringing you the facts before I even bother getting on the road, driving 2 hours in this crazy traffic just to get home and do it again tomorrow. But I typically catch the train, so today is a unique day. You're going to see me on a big channel, news station this week. I'll tell you guys more about it when they release the video. Okay, let's see. Overflow, you defending Diddy. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm not defending anyone. I'm simply stating what occurred in court today. So it is what it is. That girl Henny says, I'll be commuting from Jersey tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Scorpion is laughing. Marion, hi Mel, thanks for the info. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Sham says, where from? That girl Henny says, Punisher has been in the press run. Yeah. I don't know. If they have a gag order, why you let him go on CNN and talk about this case before it's over when he was just on the stand? I have a problem with that, but, you know, obviously they don't have a problem with it. Okay. Hot Chakra, shout out to you. Driver not. Chat, exit, and come back. All right. Yeah, I was able to survive that. Sorry about that. I was able to come back in, so that's good to know. That girl Henny, if you can't hear, go out and come back in. Okay, driving out, you're good. Buck Luck says, nope, can't hear. Loud, clear, clear. This is when choppy. Okay, good. Over that. That girl Henny, anytime. Today I'm resting. My allergies flared up real bad. I'm tuned in because I know you're going to give us the facts. Yes, indeed. That's the only reason I'm here. I'm not a fan of anyone. I'm my own man. And I'm self-made, so I don't need any money or anything like that. I wouldn't be out here every day doing this if I needed money. So obviously, it is what it is, folks. I'm just bringing you the information, and you can do whatever you want to do with it from there. All right, that girl Henny says, "Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are as well. We see what you see. Okay, great. All right. Shout out to you, Donna. Thank you for holding things down. Sharon says, hello, Mel. Thanks for the updates. David says, your information is not getting through to me. Yeah, you have to go into your Facebook, right? Because you posted a video. I went into the chat and I responded to you, David. So it's real simple. You go into your messenger, download messenger, whatever you got to do. Go into your message. You'll see that I messaged you because we're trying to reach you to see if this thing is really going to happen. Okay, Mimi says Diddy is seeing what he's going to experience for the rest of his life in prison. Today is a day where their life is definitely a serious concern. Let me tell you. Life is on the menu, believe it. And they got rid of the only black male juror from the main pool. I don't want to get too deeply into that. It's on public record that the guy was black, okay? So I'm going to leave it there, but that's a big hit to the defense. And then you follow up with the records. Like Jay-Z said one time, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. That paperwork is serious. And they had a paperwork party today. I mean, they were cooking today. And I don't know how, it's not about Diddy. I don't know how anybody could survive what I saw today with all the records. And they have a whole chart, whole spreadsheet, and they show you the day. They show you the location. A lot of times it's in the hotel. They show you who's in the room or who's meeting together. So in the chart, you would have this sex. Let's take the time when Diddy beat her butt, right? In the hotel room. So they'll have that there on the chart. They'll have the date. They'll have who was in the room. It was Diddy, Cassie, and a sex worker named Jules. That came out in court. The sex worker that day, his name was Jules. He is not taking the stand. Okay? Then they'll say, where did this occur? It happened at the Intercontinental Hotel. So now you have the location. They give you the time. And then behind that, check this out, people. You really got to listen to what I'm saying. They gave you that information. Then the prosecutors, they come and they show you the American Express payment or the airline. Oh, I was off? It looks like I was off or something. Did I get kicked off? Okay, anyway. Then they show you the hotel room, whose name the room was in. Usually it's Frank Black. That's Diddy's alias, right? Or Cassie's name was Jackie Starr. It also came out in the trial, though, that Kim Porter had an alias as Jackie Starr at one point. I don't know if they made a mistake, but it did come out in court. So it seemed like multiple females, and I'm not saying that Kim was involved in anything, but it came out that when she was there was an alias on the ticket for Jackie Starr. I can show you guys that. So that made me think that multiple women had the same alias as Jackie Starr. Maybe it was just a filler for the women that were in Diddy's life, and instead of getting it complicated, he kept a simple name. I mean, listen, if you're a billionaire, you wouldn't use your normal name. But what I thought was interesting, and hold on one second, we have an ambulance, hold on. All right, so what I thought was interesting is this. I'm a big Biggie Small fan. He's the best rapper that ever lived. Here comes another freaking ambulance. He's putting on a show of some sort. You know, the protest is happening, so people are getting rowdy down there. So that's why you hear all of this going on. So anyway, and being a Biggie's fan, you know, in his rap songs, he also often talked about Frank White. Well, that was one of Diddy's aliases. So what's that all about? So I have to do when I have more time. I want to research like what was Biggie saying back then, because this Frank White was one of Diddy's aliases, and also Frank Black. So that's the name that he went by. It would be on his hotel rooms at pretty much all of these hotels that he stayed at. So, in conclusion, before I get on the road, good night, man. Okay. So, let me tell you this in conclusion, all right? And again, today I'm going to set a base with my viewers because I haven't been doing this, right? Another police coming, man, oh man. Just bear with me. Okay. All right. So, when it comes to the RICO, okay? Jeez. When it comes to the RICO, the government has showed all of these different crimes that allegedly Diddy committed, right? And we could go through it point by point, and there's a lot of charges, and they've proven a lot. Now, can the defense turn it around? Possibly. But today, they basically established sex trafficking. That was the whole ticket for today, is sex trafficking. So if you think about it, you're flying people across state lines and you're paying them for sex. That's one of the pictures that's being painted. So today, they're actually trying to show that. Jules, they show you where he flew out of LaGuardia, or no, JFK. He flew into LA. I mean, they're really laying this thing down. So make no mistake about it, when people are saying there's nothing here, there's a whole lot here. And if you're not careful, you could end up in the same boat. Because just to say to somebody, oh, I didn't know I was committing a crime by flying a female or whatever, and paying somebody, all this stuff that people do, one day the feds may come knocking. So, you know, this is a very serious matter. And today I think it was a day for the prosecutor, and I think the defense is in hot water. They might be able to turn it around, but it's going to take a miracle. All right, a few more comments, and then I'm out of here. It was transportation to engage in prostitution, not sex trafficking. Okay, that's chills. Okay. Sex trafficking is one of the charges that is on the ticket. Sex trafficking with force, fraud, and coercion. And that's the overall picture that they're painting. So that's what it is. Okay? You can look at the indictment if you need more information. Would that be considered the Mann Act? Yeah, that's what this whole case is revolving around. They're trying to charge him with that over the state lines. Let's see. Let's go Brandon Wood Chipper for Diddy. Okay. Bill White says they need to leave black rappers alone. Okay. Chill says free Puff. Tehran says hello. Shout out to you, Tehran. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate you. Gary the Nail says P. Duty. Okay. Mimi says I'm glad they replaced the juror who lied on his information. Make no mistake about it, at lunch I did break it down how he did distort the truth when it came to his living arrangements. So thank you, Mimi. But again, it's a big hit for the defense that he did get dismissed. Make no mistake about it. Do you know if the Rotten Mango team is okay? Yeah, they seem to be okay. I see them in court. I did not see them today, but usually I see them. They're a really good team. Smart Girl, New York City, in court in session on Friday. What time do you have to be online to get in? If you want to get in for sure shot, I'd say probably get here about 3 o'clock in the morning. That's just my opinion. Or you could get a line sitter. You could email me, watching the world with two O's. World is two O's at gmail.com. Maybe one of the moderators could just put it in the chat and I'll help you get in. Okay, it's court. Let's see. Miguel says even a mistrial, Diddy still in federal custody. Yeah, it was very likely that I think he would get a mistrial based on the previous jury, but now he might be cooked. I mean, Thanksgiving Day cooked. All right, so let's see. Mikhail says, even a mistrial, okay, David, it's going to happen. Thousands will attend. David, I need more information. You could leave it in the chat. You could email me, but people want to know so that they could perhaps speak to you about it. Michael Blasio, did the federal government prove their case against Diddy? Because I haven't been keeping up due to work. They proven a lot, brother. I don't know of any man that could survive this, but again, he has 9 attorneys, some of the best attorneys I think that money can buy. So he could pull it off, perhaps. I don't know. But the average guy like you and me, Michael, you're cooked. You're cooked. And they might throw away the key. All right, so Spicy says, hello, I'm 13 years. Okay, I'm gonna get Mimi. Let me just make sure. Okay, we have somebody that was 13 years old and was deported, and they said pray for him. Mimi, Diddy is seeing what he's going to experience the rest of his life. Okay, I think we've covered all the comments. I remember that comment. Okay, thank you, Donna, for putting in the email. David, there's the email. You can reach out. Let me know what's happening with the Juneteenth if you want some extra eyes on it. So there you have it. Thanks, Donna. One Duke 58 says, is the Diddler witness for the prosecution or actually going to convict him? I don't quite understand that question. Okay, Deep in Shoe, sir. I look like the brother of Snoop Dogg. That's weird to me. Okay, watching the world. Okay, Mashona says, don't forget to like, share. Thank you. I knew you were a true hitter when I first saw you in the chat. All right, Teresa, Miss Teresa, thanks for the heads up. Does not sound good, but keep and pray, okay? Rappers need to stop spinning people. That's Mr. Blonde, Michelle Price. Why did Kanye show up? Kanye showed up to show some support, which is, and let me tell you, let's talk about that. I'm not a friend of Diddy or anything like that. And I've been here every day to the trial just so I could come back and report on it. And also covered Donald Trump's trial. Pretty similar, but I wasn't so vocal. I was there just to observe and, for my own. I'm an investor, so I like to see what's happening with the market and Elon, all the stuff. I own Tesla stock, everything. Okay? Diddy has not had one friend. This is crazy to me. I haven't seen one person that he put on in the industry come into the courtroom. The only person that's come close is Kanye West. So that tells you a lot about this circumstance, either about Diddy, or maybe he didn't have, based on the circumstances, you would have rightly assumed that no one wants to get to be seen around those allegations. And then if you come in, it probably starts a whole rumor mill out here in the public. So I get that. But you would think that one friend would show up and sit on that bench every day and at least show him some sort of support like his family. But it hasn't happened. So Kanye came, for a hot 30 minutes. He couldn't get into the main courtroom. I know why, but I'm not going to say right now. I don't want to smoke with Kanye West right now because, yeah, let's just say I know a lot. So anyway, but I will be telling you guys. Let another day go by, and then I'll tell you what I know about Kanye. All right, let's see. Down in front. Okay, David says, going after only elite young black men, not fair. How many elite other races doing this? Yeah, you make a great point. It is what it is, brother. But you know, as James Brown say, living in America, brother. Um, Yule says, why is your color like that? Oh no, not sure. I wonder the same thing. Um, Donna says, where is the RICO? That's a good question. Um, and when you talk to attorneys about it, usually they give you a different answer about what a RICO is. So it's very complicated. But most of them, from what I understand, they say he has to show a behavior of 2 crimes in the last 10 years. And the government has laid out a whole list of them. Will they stick? I do not know. But they have laid down some solid facts, I'll tell you that. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it. Mashona says hit the thumbs up. Okay, great. James says F. Kanye West, Prince Hall. Okay. Okay. All right, good. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll start my journey back upstate. I appreciate you guys coming on. And I'll definitely be covering the trial again tomorrow. You'll probably see me first thing in the morning. I usually come on early for my early crowd. And we talk about the overall case. And then I'll come on at lunch. And then after trial, I have a show tonight with an attorney at 8 or 9 o'clock. His name is Calvin Johnson. And we're going to break down the defense of Diddy. You got plenty of room. Yeah, you got plenty of room. You need a push or what? You good? Thank you. All right. This guy has his little. All right, folks. So we'll be on tonight talking about the case. He's a criminal defense attorney. He's really good. Come on and show some support tonight. I think it's going to be actually at 9 o'clock. But so long, everybody. Thank you for the support. I feel honored to tell you guys what happened, to give you an idea so you can, decipher who's telling the truth out here in the media, because people make up stuff every day about this case, stuff that has never occurred. Not once. It's just crazy to me. But anyway, thank you and have a good night.